bit about where we left things off. So I've mostly, over the past couple of days, I've mostly been working on a combination of AkkaDotNET issues, both for some of our customers as well as just on the open source in general. And I've been in the middle of working on a giant serverless project. So I've got a couple little things I want to get into there. I had a chance to go ahead, and I'll drop a link to this in chat. I had a chance to go ahead and kind of demo DrawTogether.net. This is some of the audio you may have heard if you joined during our little 5-minute teaser there. I accidentally played some of the audio from this clip. I had a chance to go ahead and present some of the work that we did on last Tuesday's stream to the AkkaDotNET community stand-up, which we did live yesterday. So I went ahead and just demoed that there. People seem to be pretty interested in it, and I'm hoping we can go ahead and over the next several sessions keep adding to the work that we've been doing on DrawTogether.net and kind of use it as a canonical example of how to build, let's say, concurrent multi-user real-time applications using AkkaDotNet, Blazor, and SignalR. I also wanted to go ahead and give a special shout out to Christopher, who's in our stream tonight. So in the audience here. So Christopher was kind enough to mention to me on Twitter that he had built his own Blazor application called Distributed Drawing. And unfortunately, I'm getting a little bit of an error when I try to load it. But he did introduce me to this very nice color picker, which is something that we're going to try to integrate into DrawTogether tonight. He did introduce me to that, and he submitted a couple of helpful issues that we're going to go ahead and try to send some pull requests in for here. So I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, the color picker looks great. And so Christopher is much more experienced with Blazor than I am. So I'm looking forward to having him in the audience. No problem, Christopher. I'm using Brave, which is just using Chromium underneath the covers there. In fact, I think the issue I ran into, if I go ahead and do a little F12 here. Yeah, looks like we basically had some sort of HTTP error where we failed to fetch something behind the scenes there. So it looks like a networking issue. So I'll go ahead and maybe I'll file a GitHub issue for you and include a copy of this on there. So that's basically, so I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out for Christopher for being really helpful. The two components Christopher used in his application that I wanted to go ahead and take a look at. One is this Blazor extensions canvas component, which looks like it allows for some things like batch rendering and that type of stuff. So this might be really useful for us at some point down the road. Christopher also included a very helpful suggestion for drawing some smooth lines. I'm not all that experienced with SVG, so this is something that we will attempt to do because I think it will make the whole drawing experience a lot more efficient and a lot smoother. Rather than just drawing little circles everywhere. So we will go ahead and take a look at that. So he introduced me to that component. And then this one as well is Blazor Color Picker here, which is just a shared library we can go ahead and install into our application. So these are both a couple of little things that I learned by taking a look at Christopher's code sample. And if you want to check out Christopher's work yourself, I'm going to drop a link to this in chat too. Go ahead and give him a star on his project. And maybe go ahead and give him a follow on GitHub. In fact, you know what? I'll go ahead and do that right now. All right. We want to go ahead and do what we can to make sure people who are doing cool work out in the open on GitHub get a little bit of recognition and get a bit of kudos for what they do. And it doesn't cost much to go ahead and give someone a star. I thought I already did star your work. Maybe I accidentally unstarred it a second ago. Doesn't cost you very much to go ahead and give them a star. And that can count for a lot, particularly for someone who's, building a public portfolio. Or in the case of, let's say, an open source project like AkkaDotNet, those stars actually count for a lot. People go ahead and use them as a way to try to gauge how well adopted an open source project is. So we should go ahead and give kudos when we can.